It's late on Friday, I know, but I'll tell you, this has been a really busy day and a busy week. I got a lot to update you on. I didn't send you out an email today on day 3 of my vaccination, but and mainly almost because I forgot about it. Everything is fine. I've got range of motion and everything. I do still recommend y'all getting it in your dominant arm. I got it in the left arm, and it was sore for a day or two. I also followed Dr. Brock's advice and changed from Advil to Tylenol. That really did help. That really did. I also had heard from another person that had used an old-fashioned remedy of camphor to kind of rub on the affected area. And I have a product that has camphor in it and arnica and some good stuff for bruising and soreness and things like that. And I did that, and it was just like nothing had happened. So there was no soreness or anything. So I'm doing really good. As I've said before, I got my vaccine at McLeod last Tuesday, and that means I will be eligible for my second dose because it is a Pfizer vaccine at McLeod, and you only have a 3-week interim between your first and second dose for Pfizer. So I will be eligible on the 17th, but that's a Sunday, and I doubt very seriously if McLeod is doing any vaccinations on Sunday. But I'll be at McLeod first thing bright and early on the 18th for my second dose. And you know what the experts tell us is that the 95% efficacy or the 95% immunity for both Pfizer and the Moderna is really at full strength about the 10th day or so. So that means on the 28th of January, I'll be dancing on top of tabletops. I'm really excited. And I'm also excited, I think at this point, and I'm not really sure of the final count, but we must have about 45 or so staff that have already gone to McLeod and gotten their first dose. I'm really happy for those. Many of y'all have already gotten some emails from some of them, how happy they are and relieved. And like I said in one of my emails that I shared with you earlier, when I got it on the day that I got it, I was almost giddy with excitement. I can see the end in sight. So it felt really good. Now, how about some news about the vaccine at CARE South Carolina? Well, it has been a busy week, and it seems by the minute things change. Remember, I had told y'all that according to the news that was the most current earlier this week, it looked like our vaccine was going to be delivered to us sometime around the first of the week starting on the 18th. That has changed. DHEC has really moved us to the top of the delivery for a couple of reasons. We're good partners with DHEC. We were there with DHEC very early in the testing. DHEC uh, really knows that we can do a good job within the community in terms of outreach and really being partners with so many of the community. And we proved that in our testing. So they moved us up. We can expect the vaccine with any unforeseen circumstances getting in the way, probably Monday or Tuesday after the weekend. Wow, that would be the 11th or the 12th. So we're really excited about that. It is going to be Moderna. That has pretty much been confirmed. It will all get delivered to Hartsville. And then, based on your registrations, and remember, that's one of the main reasons that we were asking folks to be sure and register by the close of business today, Friday. Uh, which you probably won't even get this video until after today is ended, but by the end of Friday, so that we'll know on Monday that Bennettsville office, uh, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, whatever, staff have registered for the vaccine. And we can send that many because the site administrators are going to be shuttling the vaccine back and forth, hopefully on a daily basis. But this is a new development with DHEC. This vaccine process is going through what has nationally been called phases. Phase 1A, 1B, etc. And phase 1A really fell into definitions of folks that worked in healthcare facilities. That's the general and the easiest way to define it. I can go into a lot of details, but I'd end up just boring you. In healthcare facilities. Now, we are an enrolled provider with DHEC, and an enroll means enrolled to be able to give vaccinations, not just for our staff, but as the phases move along, to give vaccinations more broadly. The governor, and you might have heard this on news releases, has asked all of the enrolled vaccine providers to move quickly and efficiently and get through phase 1A as quick as possible so that we can move to 1B, which is a little bit more extensive into the public arena. Now, what DHEC really wants us as enrolled vaccine partners is to open our doors as broadly as we can to other partners in the community that won't be getting direct shipments of the vaccine. Folks like EMS organizations, folks like funeral home employees who have significant risk and exposure um, to, frankly, those who have passed away from the coronavirus, dialysis centers, things like that. So we have at Care South convened a vaccine task force. I think I've spoken to you about that. And we're going to be going through and identifying potential community partners. Some of these may have already asked us, hey guys, are y'all getting the vaccine? And are we going to be able to come to you for the vaccination? We're going to do everything in our power to be able to accommodate that. Once we know what the volume of the vaccine is that DHEC is going to provide to us, we'll really be in a better position to know how much vaccination we can do out in the community. But I want to tell you what that means. DHEC does not want vaccine enrolled providers like us and hospitals and so forth to just sit on the vaccine. So, to put it really bluntly, first come, first served. So I really have to encourage you as staff. If you want the vaccine, you really should begin registering, and you should, as soon as it gets here and we are able to deploy it out to the various sites from Hartsville, you need to go ahead and get it because we're going to be offering any supplies that we have to community partners. And you know, to me, it's more important that you, as the staff of Care South Carolina, are vaccinated. Right now, I think we have almost 33 staff that are on quarantine. We've had, to my knowledge, and it could have increased even, 7 staff who have tested positive. This has really taken a toll. It's very hard for y'all to do your job when you're short staffed that much. And that is a significant amount. We need to embrace this vaccine. We need to realize that it's safe, it's effective, and we need to be able to get Care South Carolina healthy and able to really meet the needs of our patients. So I really encourage you. I don't know what the future is going to be. I don't know how supplies are going to last. We've been given a golden opportunity to be able to address our needs first. But after that, it is going to be more broadly available. First, like I said, to other community healthcare partners. And then the governor wants everyone to move rapidly into 1B. Now, 1B is a little bit different designation. It is patients that are at high risk that are 75 years and older, and we'll be identifying those patients. We already are thinking about the process by which we can do that. It also starts looking at entities such as school teachers. Now, school nurses and school clinical folks are in 1A, but 1B kind of moves along quicker to folks like the teachers, folks that are in law enforcement entities, that maybe prisons, things like that. It's a pretty complicated list and a pretty big list, but things are going to start moving pretty rapidly. And like I said about 1A, we have already had numerous calls from folks that are, to put it real bluntly, chomping at the bit to get the vaccine. So let's make sure that if you need it, if you want it, which I seriously encourage, that you're able to take advantage of this while we have the supplies to be able to offer it to you. Uh, so let's move along a little bit with that. It's going to be a busy week next week. You might see folks in the sites that you haven't been used to seeing. Um, let's make sure that we are welcoming and that we are on our best behavior. I know you are. Um, I'm really kind of uh, envious of our newer facilities with all that space. You know that Chesterfield is having its opening day, seeing patients in the new building for the first day on Tuesday, January the 12th. So these are very exciting times, very busy times, and in many ways, very difficult times. I don't have a whole lot else to update on. It seems like this week has all been about COVID and vaccinations. So, y'all take the weekend in stride. Do your research if you are on the fence about the vaccination. Um, I stay on email all throughout the weekend. If you got any questions, email me. We'll talk. I'm really anxious that all those of us at Care South can become protected and can stay safe and stay strong, because that is who we are. We are Care South Carolina Strong. Y'all have a good weekend. It's going to be a chilly one. I've got my heavy sweater on, and we'll be talking again next week. Bye bye.